A new car has just been added to Rocket League, the Outlaw. This car comes as part of the Season 4 Rocket Pass and is accompanied by the Outlaw GXT, given to players at level 70. In this video, we'll go through everything related to the car, including the customization options and restrictions, the car in the garage and on the field, and the hitbox. Then, at the end of the video, I'll give you my honest thoughts on both the car and the new Rocket Pass. In terms of customization, this car is the same as every single other import or common car in the game, which means you can customize every single item type, including the decal, paint color and finish, wheels, boost, topper, antenna, trail, goal explosion and engine audio. And there are no restrictions on any of them. So whatever items you can use on your Octane, Fennec or Dominus can also be used on your Outlaw and the Outlaw GXT. Additionally, the Outlaw's engine audio can also be used on most of your other cars. Let's take a look at the car in the garage. Here are a few designs that I've created with this car. Here's a full demo of the engine audio. And here's a demo of the car on the field. The Outlaw has an Octane hitbox. I think this is the perfect hitbox for this car. It fits almost perfectly in some key areas. As usual, let's take a look at it from a few different angles. The front of the hitbox is easily the best area for this car. As you can see, the front of the car almost perfectly lines up with the front of the hitbox. Only this small piece at the bottom sticks out. If we compare it to some other cars in this area, you'll see that the Outlaw is really good. The back of the hitbox is also incredibly good, even though this is probably the least important area. You'll notice that the Octane and Fennec are also really good in this area, and they're the two most popular cars in the game, so well done Outlaw. The top is an area that's just average on this car. It's definitely not as good as the Octane or Fennec, but it's not too bad. And there are certainly much worse cars in this area. And lastly, the sides. I would say that this is the weakest part of the hitbox on this car. The front corners of the car are quite far from the corners of the hitbox. I'm not really sure how important this is. The Octane isn't amazing in this area either, so maybe not super important. Okay, so now for my honest opinion on this car and on the new Rocket Pass. We'll start with the car. So I've used this car just a little bit. I played around with it in free play and I had a few games with it. And I gotta say, I really liked it. I think it basically just feels like an Octane or a Fennec to me. I couldn't really notice any difference. It felt really good, and as I just said, the hitbox is awesome. So I didn't have any problems getting used to this car at all. It just felt really natural for me to use. Dribbling was totally fine with this car, and air dribbles were really natural. And whilst I'm not a fan of the Twinzer, which a lot of people have compared this car to, I am a fan of this car. So if you're like me and you didn't like the Twinzer, I would still give this car a go. Okay, and now for the Rocket Pass. So I think this Rocket Pass is really divisive. I've heard a lot of opinions in favor of it, and I've heard so many opinions absolutely hating it as well. I went through it last night and I was pleasantly surprised at how many cool, unique items there were. The first one that I noticed was the campfire topper. I thought this was really cool, and a really unique topper that I can imagine myself using. The Rocco wheels were another really unique item that I thought was really cool. The Steel Horse engine audio I quite liked, and this one's not so unique, but I really like those kind of gritty engine audios, and I think it fits perfectly with the Outlaw car. The Sundown banner I quite liked, and the Rockfall paint finish I thought was pretty cool. There were a few animated decals in this Rocket Pass, but my favourite by far was the Hydrophobic animated decal. This kind of looked like a cross between Fire God and maybe Interstellar to me. I don't know, I thought it was really nice. And I can imagine the painted versions being awesome. The only wheels that I liked other than the Roccos were the Haunted Hoss. Those were quite cool. And then lastly, probably one of the most unique boosts I've ever seen in Rocket League, the Timeline boost. I'm not sure if I would ever actually use this in a competitive setting, because I think it might get in the way while aerialing. But I absolutely love this. I think it's such a cool design, the sound of it is really interesting, and it just has this really weird, ominous kind of feeling to it. So I really like it. I just like that it's in the game. I think it's a really unique item. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of this Rocket Pass. I like it much more than the last two. I didn't really like the Season 2 or Season 3 Rocket Passes, so yeah, I'm really pleasantly surprised with this one. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Do you like this Rocket Pass? Do you like the Outlaw, or are you not a fan? Just before I go, I just wanted to say I'm making a video at the moment about all of the changes that came to the game in Season 4. Like the casual playlist changes and the trading changes. So if you're interested in that video, make sure you sub so you don't miss it. And like the video if you liked it, dislike it if not, subscribe for more videos like this, as well as a whole bunch of other Rocket League content. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.